So Simon, we'll start off. Joe Leasley has gone out on loan. You tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, well, he's been in some matches, hasn't he? And I think you only feel a real footballer when you go out and play, and whether it's here or elsewhere. So he'll be aching to play, and I knew he was, and fortunately, it's the right move at the right time for him.
And there's confirmation that Will Smith's going to be out for a little bit of time. How big a blow is that for you and the side?
Well, he's been as good as any centre half I've seen at this level this season. So for us, yeah, it's a loss. It's obviously an opportunity for one of the other two centre halves, Jake or Kevin, to come in. But as a lad, he's a true pro as well, and a very good player that's really coming into his own this season. So, it's a shame for him, but we'll get him right, and he'll come back as fresh as ever.
On a more positive note, Ryan Fallowfield back in training today after finishing his isolation period. How good is it going to be to have him back training with the guys?
Yeah, it'd be brilliant to have him just back amongst the group and around the place, because he lifts every place, isn't he? Ryan, he's a brilliant character, been with us a long time, knows what it's all about here, and epitomises what we want to see on the pitch with his energy and his aggression, his attacking intent as well.
You said after the EFL Trophy game the other day that Tom Walker and Brendan Kiernan performed well. How important was it that those two really stepped up in the last couple of games to really make you think ahead of Saturday?
Well, it's really good because they were alive the other night. I thought they were really had a productive evening, out wide and got at the full-backs and looked really sharp. And Brendan also provided an option up front for us as well when he moved in the latter part of the game up front. But yeah, I mean we've known all about Brendan for quite some time, and when he's on it, he's a real asset. But also Tom now, it's not easy, is it? When you're a new player and you're just desperate to play and you're having to bide your time, and he's had to be patient. But I thought the other night he showed his quality against good players.
We've had a couple of cup competitions since our last league game. Is that a good or a bad thing?
I think it's been good, actually. I think it's been good to give some minutes to other players who've been perhaps on the periphery of things, and good to assess where they are with it, and to top their match fitness and sharpness up, and also give the lads such as Connor Hall a little breather, and Folks the other night, Lloyd carried the game before, just some time out, because it's been relentless in terms of the game since we've come back since we've entered the Football League and come back into action.
Yeah, if we talk a bit about fixture congestion, obviously it's a big talking point in the high divisions. I guess it's the same in League 2 really. It's a lot of games and a lot of pressure on the players to try and keep fit.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year really when you think of lockdown from March to the September start, a long time without games, and so it's probably a shock to the system for every player that's trained every day and game after game after game, and they're not restricted at the top levels in terms of the squad numbers, but lower down you are, and we can't afford to carry too many youngsters that aren't ready for first team action, and so our first team players, when they are out injured, they're first team regulars and first team starters, and so it's not easy to manage, but at least these cup competitions have given some respite to some.
And finally, Crawley is another new opponent on Saturday. What threat do they pose?
Yeah, well, we've quickly turned our attention to them after the cup game. So the day after yesterday was spent watching Crawley for Paul and I. And now they're a good attacking team, and I think I'm watching it thinking it's going to be an exciting game. Not good for the heart because they'll go for our throats and we'll try and go for theirs. But they've scored quite a few goals. I mean, watching their game was quite dramatic from last week, 6-5 victory against Torquay in the FA Cup, and credit to them for battling back from 2-0 losing margin at the time. But no, they're exciting. They've got some good footballers, and it should be a good footballing game to look forward to.
Thanks, Simon.
Thank you.